Infused.
So on this map, I actually give advantage slightly to the guys on Infused. I think this is although right. Okay, so there are 2 points to this. Infused have the better S&D record in the league, but I usually pick Epsilon on the Search and Destroy. However, I do think this one plays to a lot of the strengths of Infused. They like to be close and they like to play together as a unit. I think they do that a lot more efficiently than the guys actually on Epsilon. Now, the difference being here is that if Epsilon have Joe and Moose firing on the same cylinders, it can be very, very difficult to take them down. Moose is a fantastic Search and Destroy player, well known for his clutches as well. But still saying that, my gut feeling is telling me that Infused are probably a little better on this one, especially with players like Zero, who will be leading that charge down train, trying to make a pick. PD will be very aggressive there as well. But that's just my prediction. It's not gospel.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes the way you go on, you would think everything you say is right.
Well, you know, it's hard being like this, but there we go. That's a targeted ban. That's against Zero, so that's actually going to impact this match quite severely.
There's so many times we've seen him push down the right-hand side.
The Locust is still in there, so I'm wondering.
Could use it. It's not as good as the SVG in this situation, I don't think. But the amount of times we've seen him use that to dramatic effect. Constantly picking heads off that back rock towards the right-hand side. It's a good idea to target him with that ban.
Similar bans actually coming in again. 3 tacticals banned so far for Infused. Kinetic armor from Joe has gone. Now, does someone here hit a rapid ban? Oh, High Caliber's gone from PD. So it is going to leave Moose to pretty much dictate if he wants to throw something in here. And maybe Overdrive. No, not Overdrive. No, I'm not going to put Overdrive. Sorry, that's my mistake. That's a terrible pick. A Locust.
Wow.
That's actually interesting. Now, Locust is very rarely bad, but they're clearly worried about the snipers from Infused.
I mean,
I was tempted to say it, but the problem with trying to ban out Infused is that technically you have to use 2 bans, because if you ban the SVG, they take the Locust. If you ban Thermal, he'll still use the Very Excite. So they've actually had to burn 2 to try and counterplay Zero with that sniper rifle.
I mean, the only other thing they could have done is maybe get rid of Overkill, but that still doesn't necessarily deter
No, that doesn't bother because they didn't ban the MR6. So
yeah, well, it's either ban both the snipers or ban Overkill on the MR6. But then they can use the RK5, so actually the sniper ones.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a difficult way to actually ban out a player because he's so varied in what he can actually use. Just going to have a quick look at the draft that has gone down. I believe it's a mirror matchup. It is. Vision Pulse and Glitch both making an appearance, as well as the 2 familiar of Active Camo and Heatwave.
Yeah, looking into this one now, you know, if you're Zero and they're focusing 2 bans on yourself, if I was Infused, I'd be happy because they have to waste, well, not waste those bans, but
if it works, it's not a waste.
Oh, well, yeah, true, but they have to use those bans specifically on one player. They don't use them to benefit themselves.
I think it's a good ban. It's a ban that will certainly force Zero to reevaluate what he can do. It will take away at least one of the kind of the strings in the bow of Infused, and that's probably what they're looking for here. They're like, you know what? If we don't want to play against him, why don't we just take it out?
Well, it makes sense. And as I said, we've seen them use it to.
I think it's a really good ban here. I mean, you got to think about, you know, Infused have taken out 3 tacticals as well. So clearly they're not going to be able to push very, very quickly. And taking away that first pick with a sniper rifle, Epsilon go, well, now you have very few options for the attack. I mean, obviously we don't have those options either, but we weren't really going to snipe anyway.
Yeah, Epsilon, we don't often see it, do we, at all? I think Raiden might bust it out every once in a while, but maybe not as
I mean, they're all good with it,
Zero,
but just not as confident as Zero to actually make that shot.
Well, we'll see how the game does actually go down. An interesting banner protect phase. It is going to be Fringe, Search and Destroy between these 2 teams. Epsilon with a 1-0 lead in the series. This is a best out of 5 in the EGL Open Grand Final.
All right, well, we are just about to get into this game. Guys, remember to keep tweeting in who you think is going to win this one. Bearing in mind now, Epsilon 1-0 up against Infused in the Grand Final. And it could go either way. So we'd love to hear your opinions. Remember, hashtag CWLPS4. But now this game gets underway, and we will be starting off with the attacking team as usual.
Well, I'm interested to see how this one's going to go down. You're giving it over to Infused. I'm going to stick with my original prediction. Are you? You're sort of nodding your head side to side. Are you just making movements, or are you?
I'm just excited for this game, to be perfectly honest with you. But we'll find out as it goes on. Like I said, there are a few factors actually changing this up as well. Now, can Infused adapt to not having that pick, or at least the threat of that sniper with Zero? I'll actually see what he's going to pick here. I imagine it's going to be an M8, and it is an M8. So let's see how it goes down.
3 M8s, 4
M8s. Lots of M8s. Got all my mates with me. All right, let's jump on board with who's actually... I'm going to jump on board with Marky B, simply because he's running a CUDA. So
What?
if he does... I know, right? Marky B's been a great AR all weekend long. Now he switches to a CUDA.
It's the versatility coming out of Marky B there. Unfortunately, gets caught with his pants down a little. Joe does take him down with that M8 on board with Urban. Got a teammate next to him who's taking a lot of fire. Ooh, Urban hits the hit marker as well through nothing.
But they were relying on Marky B to make the pinch there.
Yeah.
That's why he was running the CUDA.
It's strange that
It's
they give
something
that to Marky.
yeah, something more
Did he be
usually
necessarily
see.
got a nice spawn closer towards the site there?
Yeah, I think that may have been the case, actually. But, I mean, PD right now, you'd expect him to be doing it. And if he had the spawn, he certainly would have gone for it. PD used to be known for his first bloods. But interesting position for Infused. No map control. Not as much intel as they would like, although they have got a little bit there.
They're getting closed in a little bit here as well. Infused are making a lot of noise, but at the same time not making a lot of movement. They're getting pushed in just that little bit. Trey, 0 goes down to Rated. PD does answer back with a kill in turn onto Rated.
Who's that going to be left there? Moose is going to be left. Reedy may actually be going mid-street just to see who he can see. And he needs to look right here unless he's going to miss these players. Does see one going across the street. Reedy with that laser-like actually takes it down. PD now left alone in a 1 versus 3.
Bad position for him to be in, but the bomb is going down.
I think they've seen him as well.
He might have been spotted, but he does get the bomb down, but he's in a big issue here at this moment in time.
Oh, they're going to pinch him. Look at his pinch coming in.
Really good work by Epsilon there to make that kill. They make it look very easy, but that's just down to great communication, moving in together. It was exactly where he is.
They took the risk. They pushed Marky mid-street. It didn't pay off for them. And at that position, like I said, they had no intel. They didn't know where to push. They had no map control. So anywhere they did go, they would have to kind of check it bit by bit. They weren't able to even push into Junkyard. So they didn't have an awful lot of kind of options left. They only made 1 kill, which was instantly traded away. So like I said, there's very little you can do there. They tried to push Train. If they made a kill Train without being traded, they may have tried to push it and make a play there, but they didn't.
It's
so
about them little moments,
one.
isn't it? It's just those first initial kills determines which way you usually go. I mean, unfortunately for Infused on that side, on the attacking side, they did not make that first kill, which deterred the rest of the round from them. But here we go, Joe getting very, very quick up here down the right-hand side. Just be careful not to be picked from rock.
Running
that
VMP.
Right.
Rated with him, just in case they need a trade.
You see, this is the safer route, though, isn't it? I mean, it's running mid-street.
Somehow alive here, gets through. Reedy makes a kill as well. What is Reedy using?
What is he using?
That's the PO9, I think. It is.
Oh, wow.
PO9, great sniper rifle. Only drawback, small charge time.
Yeah, a little small charge time, but he has used it with good effect. The bomb is now down 3 versus 4. Infused, another member goes down. Really did pick up Marky with that. PD takes down Mooseman as well. Joe's in a bit of trouble here, though. Is he not going to be able to make a kill? Urban does answer by, takes him down.
Oh, how did he stay alive there?
With a pistol,
oh,
gets
Reedy gets
the
ace.
Phenomenal work by Reedy. 2 kills with a sniper, 2 kills with a pistol, and makes it look easy.
Hit him with a talent, really. But there we go. I taught him everything he knows about Search and Destroy.
I'm sure you did.
But yeah, there we go. Great plays actually coming out from Reedy. Using the PO6, ends up coming back.
Yeah.
Stays alive, uses the RK5 to pick off a 2-piece. Reedy got game. Epsilon 2-0 up.
Interesting to see the PO6 come out. I don't think Zero will be using that at all.
No, it's highly specialized.
Yeah, I mean, I've honestly, that is literally the first time I've seen it when I've casted again.
Well, jumping on board now. Marky B looks like he might go for that mid-hardware push again. Will it work this time around? They say the definition of insanity is trying the same thing twice and expecting different results. This time he has done something different.
Oh, well, he's got away with it somehow. How the hell has Marky B made it to this position? Now he can dictate where his team go.
However, look at this Marky B with a flank,
position.
huge flank. Gets round, and now they've got to worry because who's that in there? It's going to be Joe. Could be pinched as well. So he's going to be just sweating bullets looking for this one. He's going to go down as well. PD takes full advantage of Joe shaking.
Rated does take down Zero towards the back, so that's going to reduce Infused numbers just slightly.
Is Urban going to sit silence? No, he's going to sit grannies.
They are still in the better position.
Watching hardware window, maybe?
Bomb is down. Urban casts his eye over the middle of the map. Shots being fired. Lands a couple, but not quite enough. Rated did take down PD as well, so a 2 versus 2. And the bomb is down for Infused. Epsilon, you need to do something here. Marky B lingering around, trying to make a decision what to do.
Moose may actually end up pushing this just to keep them away from him.
Urban got the kill on the Rated as well. Moose is going to push out, but he does have Marky B
next to him. Doesn't know Marky's there. The patience from Marky B. We're going to watch this in the kill cam, but I don't think Marky moved.
He didn't. I think he was just waiting.
Marky was just so patient. He didn't want to give away his position. He knew they didn't have the intel on him. Sees him drop down and went, oh, thank you very much for that. Former teammates there for a long time, Moose and Marky.
Yeah, that was interesting because you usually see a player, as soon as the hit marker's up in a 2v1 situation, you would usually see
the only criticism I have of Epsilon there is that if Raider was going to go for that, why didn't Moose challenge earlier? Or why didn't he at least push up and try to make something happen?
Yeah, I mean, they were in a hard position anyway. I think there wasn't a great deal of time left, so it would have been very hard for them to pull it off. But Joe now does have that HCXD, so I can see that one coming into play. Just going to push forward. Raider gets the first kill anyway. That's really going to help them out now. As he is pushing around looking for it, and he is going to spot that out. That's what the HCXD is used for. If not killing people, it's a good scouting tool. Urban gets a kill on a Raider. Peter gets a kill on a Joe as well. So Infused trying to answer back. They are 2-1 down currently, but now they have a man advantage. 3 versus 2 in favor of Infused. We're on board with Moose. What can he do in this position? Players jumping around all over the place.
Really needs to come and help Moose out. He needs to make a kill at least.
I think he's doing the right thing. No, they all know
he's trying to look to that pick. He needs a pick to give Moose the room to move. Because right now, Moose is trying to cover 2 entrances.
Oh, really might get caught if somebody...
No, he's not. Petey's actually ended up going away.
And he didn't check over towards where Reedy is. Reedy jumps up top on. Looking for a pick.
Still
if
looking.
he can get this pick, Moose is going to
look at this. No information available for Reedy.
Oh, he hasn't managed to spot it. Moose is going to do it himself, though. But Reedy's going to get shut down by Marquis. Moose going to be able to follow up on that one. Not quite. Still weak from his previous engagement. And I just feel as if Epsilon could have probably worked that one a little bit better. Reedy just couldn't spot anybody out. Moose is now in a 1 versus 2. Managing to survive. 15 seconds left to go. Is he going to pick up the first one? Yes, he is. He's going to put the second. Not quite. Peter comes in there with a pinch, and it's 2-2 between Infused and Epsilon.
Yeah, not letting that one go here. Maybe if Reedy had got away, it would have been a very different story after they made that. But he did get traded because he had to pick up that bomb, and Moose was not able to pick up the 1 versus 2. And a lot of that was down the time. They just did not have the time to actually make it the play.
It was just, I mean, Reedy he pushed around, he got himself into a phenomenal position, but he couldn't do anything with it. As he said, he couldn't gather any information. He was putting around looking for people, and he just was not looking in the right places, unfortunately. And Infused managed to win the round.
Here we go, Marky actually trying it different, trying to go for the push into Harbor again, has been seen. Now going to use that, oh no, Joe pre-fires him before he can come through and challenge. And this means Infused have been stopped again. Beanie and Zero though managed to pick up the kills. That actually changes this completely. Zero will end up going down the middle, now 2 versus 2. And who's that pushing here? Joe was looking. You're going to be wondering whether or not they're going to make a play here. Petey.
Are they just going to wait for them? It looks that way. Petey looking for the pick here. Oh, they're going to straight into somebody. Joe's there with the M8. Takes down Urban. Questionable decision by Infused.
They rotated away. Clearly they were a little bit nervous about this, or maybe trying to outplay them, but
maybe just not certain.
I've got to be honest with you, that rotation, that late into this is very, very difficult. Moose just says, really?
Strange
You get a challenge?
Strange decision. But yeah,
walking into a pre-aim
for Epsilon, and I mean, it was unfortunate because it's hard to predict where Epsilon are always going to be. It's easy for us to say when we know
that's what I'm saying. Like a rotation at that point in this map, you haven't seen them. You don't know exactly where they are. You're rotating back into an incredible amount of corners.
They had control around them.
It only takes someone to be watching mid-street as well, unless they go all the way back around Granny's, to do that. And they would have found out when they pinched it anyway. It's one of those decisions that was a massive risk. If it played off, it'd be brilliant. But I do think it was statistically against them.
Rated looking for the pick here over the fence. Not going to happen for him this time round. We can see, actually saying that, Infused getting very aggressive. And Epsilon are just waiting it out. They're trying to be sneaky here, just saying.
They want to pick. Really to that PO9 again.
Let's see what he can do. He does have an HC available as well.
Got that burst sniper rifle. You hit with it, somebody dies. That's what happens.
On board with him, still using it. I'm interested to see if he's going to make another pick. He had a really good
gets an 8, doesn't get any hit marker though, so he doesn't know. And he is going to pay the price for it as well. Almost goes down at the same time. Going to be asking for a little bit of backup. Joe's going to come through. There has been a heat wave there as well, but doesn't matter. Ends up going down. Was that Moose? Yeah, Moose used his heat wave to stay alive there as well. They do get the advantage here at the same time.
Oh, somebody coming from Infused. That's going to be Urban. Picks up the kill on the Raiden. I think he's glitched out as well. Yes, he did, but he did get taken down by Joe. Either way, Zero coming over. The bomb not quite down yet. Trying to defend it. It's a 1 versus 3 for Zero.
Oh, he's going to push.
It's not
he was expecting the rotation background to be here since he didn't see anybody on the bomb to begin with. And now it's 4-2 in favor of Epsilon.
That's so unfortunate. Just at the completely wrong time. Reedy goes around at the right time.
Interesting point at this juncture that I'm going to quickly throw in while we get into the next round. If obviously Epsilon win this, well, they've beaten Millennium as well, so there'll be no kind of question of just how good this team is.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you look at Epsilon, and I mean, we always said all weekend, and I mean, I was wrong in the end. I thought Infused and Millennium were maybe at a slight higher step than Epsilon, but Epsilon have proved me wrong here. That they've looked very strong all weekend, and if they win this series in a 3-0 fashion, especially, it's a real statement from them. But Zero does get the first kill on Reedy. Mooseman answers back. PD answers back again. onto Moose. So now it is a 2 versus 2 as Joe takes down Petey between these two teams. But Infused really need this one. Urban gets the kill onto Joe, so last man alive is going to be rated. And he's going up against Urban and Zero.
Look at this one. It has now been challenged. Got glitched, but it's probably not efficient to use at this point.
Oh, he's going to get
down
caught.
He goes.
Zero gets the final kill onto rated. 4-3 now to Epsilon, and Infused needed that round. If that went towards Epsilon, they would have been 1 round away from going 2-0 to the good. And that would have been a big problem for Infused, but Zero does get that round back. And they're within contention to get back into this game.
Yeah, the difference between 5-2 and 4-3 is massive, especially mentally between these two squads. But let's jump back on board here, and we are going to see the PO6 again. I do want to see Reedy used it. You remember he got an ace with this and the RK5 at one point.
Kill with it from our point of view yet, so let's see if he can manage to pick one up here.
Not going to see anybody quite yet. Urban's come under a lot of pressure. Look at this. 3 people coming against him, and there's an active camo being used.
Oh,
Zero's going to push it.
No, it was Joe
Zero
going around there with the active camo, and he managed to get a kill with it as well. Rated gets the kill on the Marquee, and this is really going to open things up for Epsilon. They've got 2 members to take out from Infused. Don't get that bomb down. Moose gets Petey. Zero does answer back, though, takes down Joe in a 1 versus 3, and this is not the position he wants to be in. Bomb is going down as well.
Now, I think it's going to be a 1 versus 4 if he makes it completely. Trying to get one. Does see him. Does end up picking up Reedy before Reedy can get away. Reedy trying to drop shot and then run. Now, can he make anything more of it? He's going to come up against Moose first of all. And he's going to see Moose as well. Moose had cover. Surely not. He's going to win this, but no. Moose manages to recover just in time to win that gunfight. A gunfight he should have never have won. And he should have never have lost it in the first place. Look at this. Just such cut timing.
Yeah, it was one of those things where his gun was right in the way of where Zero came from.
And Zero must have been sitting there going, I've got the drop on him.
Yeah,
I should be able to take him.
If Moose isn't in phenomenal cover where he was, that was it. And it would have really opened things up for Zero because he'd already picked 2 kills up previously.
Yeah.
And that would have been a ticket for them to try and get back into this game. But currently they're 1 round away from going 2-0 down in the series. I still think we could definitely go to 5th map, though. Infused have got it in their lockers if they need it. And they really do at this moment in time. Marky not far off his heat wave. Still using the SMG here.
Now, interesting, very aggressive push actually coming in. Petey using Vision Pulse. No, still losing against Moose.
He knew where Moose was as well. Moose just takes advantage with the pistol. Moose is pushing through here once again. Let's see if he can pick up a 3rd. Moose is on an absolute tear.
My God.
And Moose is making this look easy. Infused are in no man's land and go 2-0 down in the series.
Moose is on fire in this grand final. Unbelievable play from him. And now you can see Joe will end up picking up that final kill on the Marquee B, but Infused are looking a little bit worried now. Not only do they lose that hard point, but they've just got taken out on the search and destroy, and I was wrong. Epsilon do seem to have it in them, and I did say it all comes down to how well Moose is playing. It turns out Moose is a god.
That last push, really, I mean, the whole squad played phenomenally all the way through that S&D. He made the kill onto Petey, who had vision pulsed him with a pistol. Makes the 2nd, jumps around, gets a 3rd as well, and then his teammate cleans things up. So great work by Moose in that last
Just
round.
want to quickly jump to a little bit of analysis about the banning stage, actually. What you've got to realize here is that when that ban stage come down and denied Zero the use of a sniper rifle,
changes Infused game.
Not only that, but the fact that it ended up meaning that Reedy was using the PO6 without fear of a counter snipe.
Well, I mean,
that actually changed the way the dynamic was around mid-map.
Maybe they know that Zero's never really used it, or...
Well, you got to think Marky's tactic of rushing down mid and maybe pushing hardware or looking for a flank comes off a lot of the bases that players will not try and peek against a sniper, especially as a sniper of Zero's caliber. So it did change their game in that regard. And also the fact that Reedy was going to run a PO6 and was happy to run a PO6 meant that they kind of had the advantage in terms of sniper. It denied a lot of mid-play to Infused on the defense.
What I did actually notice as well, he was using the non-default red dot.
Oh, that's quite common.
Because obviously, for you guys who don't know, the original one with the PO6 is very big.
Well, it's just the thermal. It's the thermal that you use with that one. And a lot of people change. It's actually got 2 curtains at the side. If you look at it, if they use it again, you'll see it's got 2 curtains
I did
at the side.
wonder it was like the star at the bottom as well. And yeah, it worked out for him in the end there because he did actually pick up an ace in that round. And one of the rounds, I think, was round 2. 2 with the pistol and 2 with the PO6. But moving into this next map. Breach uplink.
It is.
Infused need to turn it on. No, it's going to be 3-0 to Epsilon.